Garrett Verdugo, better known as the owner and creator of Revenge Clothing, the first official clothing for X's merch, has an interesting success story. And in this video, I'll provide never before heard information about him and his clothing brand. So let's get into it. Garrett Verdugo is originally from San Marino, California, and he grew up playing basketball.
I played basketball too.
He played high school basketball from 2010 through 2013. In 2010, in his freshman year, he averaged 15 points, and in 2012-2013, in his junior year, he averaged 8.9 points per game through 26 games. He's listed as 6'1", 200 pounds, and they had a losing record in 2013. This might be one of the reasons why he stopped playing high school basketball, as they did not have the record that was needed in order to go post-secondary, but his stat lines are pretty nice. Look, he did have games where he scored 15 points, scored 13 points, 12 points. He had very nice game. He played forward in high school basketball, probably the small forward position or the power forward position, and he always showed effort throughout his drives, and he showed success in bursts of energy throughout his play. He had very nice moves, such as these. And he had a feel for the game. He had something that excited him and something that he was passionate about. But in 2013, at the conclusion of his high school basketball game, he filed a patent and a trademark for Revenge. Here we can see the trademark that was filed for Garrett Francis Verdugo, who is the founder of Revenge, but it is not the logo that we are known to. This logo was filed later in 2023. He says in an interview that the meaning of revenge is to speak for the outcasts. Speaking for the outcasts, speak for those that are not generally heard, and having their backs and telling them that, yes, you may feel like you do not belong right now. You may feel like you are an outcast. You may feel like there is no future for you. But trust me, things will turn around. You will get your revenge, and you will have your own time come. Very similar to the message that X had.
The first meaning, me not doing good in school and just always felt like an outcast at my school. I really wanted to kind of represent those kids or kind of be an outlet for them, saying just because you're fucking up right now doesn't mean you can't get your shit together. You know, there's still, you could turn all this negative shit that you're going through into something positive. Success is the best revenge. That's really what I wanted to do.
Garrett met X online and he reached out to him where they initially did not have the spark.
I was just hitting up people I thought were cool or anyone who needed help and shit. I found an artist, 1,000 followers or something, and I was just listening to his music on repeat. Checked out his Twitter, hit him with a DM and shit. He's like, yeah, man, I like your work. I need something for an album cover. And then I sent him some shit and wasn't fucking with it.
But after they did have some collaborations together, X invited Garrett to his collective, Members Only, as indicated in this tweet. Furthermore, they started working together on every ideology that X had and to produce great clothing for X's brand and his name. Here we see that X wanted to create Bad Vibes Forever with Garrett in 2016, as well as Something for Kill Me in 2016. He also mentioned that Garrett produces all of his clothing designs. He became X's sole provider for merch, with one of the first pieces that they made together, the Don't Kill Your Friends Kids merch, with Mickey Mouse with X's hair on the cover. He mentions that he was drawn to X through his name and the mysteriousness around X, and something that he carries himself but never showing his face publicly.
It fascinated me, even his name, XXXTentacion, you know how he said, unknown temptation.
Yeah.
Something about being unknown or just anonymous.
X ended up inviting Garrett on tour with him, and Garrett took the offer and went with it.
He's like, yo, I want you to come to Florida. We need to work on, I'm about to go on tour. I want you to come with me, and we need to work on the merch and shit.
While he was on tour and after the tour, X started writing more music, and he ended up writing Garrett's Revenge, which is now renamed to Revenge, but was initially named Garrett's Revenge after Garrett.
I come to praise for us, my dear.
He also wrote another song called Buy Garrett's Clothing or I'll Kill You, and just tried to promote Garrett throughout his music. He wanted to help Garrett reach the level that his clothing should have. But as all good things go, there's always the bumps, there's always the ups and the downs. And this is where the story takes a turn. They reached a point where Garrett wanted to expand his clothing brand for more than just the name of X. He wanted the clothing brand to include other artists and to stand for revenge instead of standing for X. Yes, it still signifies X, but it is separate from X, and he didn't want his clothing line to just be merch. He wanted it to be a clothing line.
I wanted to work with more artists or do more of our own shit and stuff like that, and just not looked at as a merch brand and shit.
And while trying to describe this with X, he also had a personal fallout in his life as mentioned here.
Basically, what personal shit I was going through. My mom, she got diagnosed with cancer.
When he went to X and mentioned this, X did not take it so well.
Just wanted to be there for her. I felt like I didn't care about anything. He also needed me to be there for him too, because he was going through some shit, and I was like, bro, like I'll try, but at the same time, like I don't even want to be here. And when he put that out, like I had stopped talking to him, and I told him what I was going through and just how I felt as a person, how I felt like our relationship was. He didn't like it.
And X ended up cutting off the relationship that he did have with Garrett, as mentioned in these Instagram clips right here, where X blatantly and openly says that he does no longer associate himself.
Real fucked up day for me, because people I trusted with my home, people I trusted with my life, had shown me today that they can't be trusted. So from this day forward, I'm going to treat everyone very, 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 very differently.
Years went by without communication between the two, but eventually in 2018 they did re-collab, and X invited Garrett to help him with producing Bad Vibes Forever, his new clothing line that we saw later in his life.
He wanted me to help him with Bad Vibes Forever, with the new merch. I said I was down. Like we basically like squashed everything.
Although we never know the full extent to what Garrett did help him with regards to Bad Vibes Forever, we do know that after his passing, Garrett has collabed with other artists such as Juice WRLD, Polo G, Lil Durk, Playboy, Ski Mask the Slump God, and the whole trajectory of Revenge has been upwards with regards to producing high quality material and high quality clothing. Garrett has also mentioned that he will never bring the Revenge Kill hoodie back.
That's when we really got like flooded with a bunch of stuff there. I go like bring back like the Kill hoodies. Yeah, we're never gonna do that. Like
the Kill hoodie that brought X to fame, that X was seen wearing in his XXL freshman freestyle. But this was also brought back on January 23rd, 2024, this past year. So it's really up in the air to where exactly Revenge is going. But for what we do know, that the coming up of X and Revenge was something special. It was something out of the ordinary and something that all artists cherish. Although we can learn a lot from X throughout Garrett, we can also learn a lot through his mother. And I detailed the 10 things that you missed in the recent interview with GG33 and Cleopatra Bernard right here on this video. Make sure to check into everything that you did miss. Love you. Take care.